Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Jeff and I are having a little tech issue here, trying to get either my mic, my speaker, and or his synced up, but they're not working for whatever reason. Hold on, Jeff. Let me try this. Okay, it says can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. So, guys, do me a favor. Let me know down in the comments area if you can hear me okay or not. There you go, Jeff. I got you.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta totally disconnect and forget the device and then restart it and hook it back in.
That sounds like some of our tennis matches. Got to totally disconnect because we're just so want it so bad. We just want to get on the another episode of the. Can hear you both. Okay, good. Susanna, good morning. Glad you can hear us okay. Hey, Mark, back from vacation. All right, dude.
All right.
Yeah, good going. Morning, Rich.
Mr. Rich.
Good morning, Rich. Guys, what's going on this Saturday morning? Hope you're got a great schedule for this weekend for some tennis and or the gym. I like the and part.
Yeah, I do both.
Unless it's still, you're up there in Pontiac, Michigan, Jeff, and it's still winter.
A little winter up there, right? Yeah. We haven't had the thaw yet.
No. So, or if you're in Oak Creek, Colorado, where I was last weekend, on our property, we're building this house up there. We're about halfway through, 8,100 foot altitude there, and there's still a couple feet of the snow on the ground, but it's melting like there's just little rivers all over the place here. Yeah. God, who was it? One of the guys went out there a couple of days ago. He got back to me and he said, "Hey, there's a river running down Colt Trail, just so you know." River. Yes. Yeah. So, all right, guys.
We're just a little overcast here, a little marine layer this morning here in the Napa Valley. So
okay, well, we're going to go plus 90 today again. So that's the deal down here in the desert. Anyway, I'm going to order some anti-reflective reading glasses.
Yeah,
I just figured. I don't know. I don't like the look.
The technology exists, right?
It do. So I've been trying all this different lighting stuff and just going, God, it's still, nah, okay. These are the Costco specials. I think you buy a dozen or half a dozen. And
maybe it's your makeup. Maybe it's your makeup and you need the anti-glare powder, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Yeah, right. Okay, well. All right, guys, let's get to it. Come here, Brenny. All right. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. We're working through it, Jeff. Another episode of What's the Right Shot. And gosh, lately, Jeff, we haven't seen a point for quite a while because we've been working on.
Yeah.
I guess we saw one a couple of days ago. But working on a lot of, I'd say partially the mental stuff. And there was a comment yesterday when we were one of the three reasons why we think that the top players tend to win more of their close matches.
Yeah.
They just believe they're going to find a way.
Yeah.
They have that belief. And so one of the comments was, well, what if you're getting down to the end of the match, man, and you haven't found a way? I mean, what do you tell yourself so you're not lying to yourself? And I said, look, there's not a perfect formula for this stuff. Right. There's just never is. I mean, if there was, and would Novak ever lose a match? Probably not. If there was a perfect formula, I mean, he's that talented. Right? Would Roger ever lose a match?
Right.
No.
Right. It happens.
It's going to happen, and I just think that you have to accept that reality that it's going to happen. So the more you start thinking, well, this isn't happening, and you start getting negative, the chances go way up that you're not going to find a way. I mean, how many times have you been down match point? We've all been down match point, a few match points. And
Yeah.
it just seems like all is lost, but let's just play this point right now, not look for the exit. Let's use number 2 of that 3 reasons why the top players win more matches, which is let's be the guy that can wait and just wait for that low risk offensive opportunity. You do that at match point too.
If you're the guy on the wrong end of it, especially if the match is starting to get away, you just got to somehow fight, send balls back over the net and extend the end of the match out as far as you can while you're still searching for something. You've got to hustle extra ball back in court, all that kind of stuff. And again, like you said, Brenny, there's no perfect formula. There's just isn't. I mean, last year at the Berkeley, playing Eric Lato, he's serving for the match, 5-4 in the third, up 40-15.
Boom.
And I made it. I just said, okay, well, here we go. Let's take a cut. I didn't get careful or I got to make sure I just let's just relax. Let's just take a cut. And I didn't overplay the ball. I played a good ball at the middle. He hung the volley out a little bit. I managed to get around it, and I snapped off a forehand cross court that wasn't really out there at the edge of the court. It was just available. Boom, it was right there. So now he's serving at 40-30. I make a good return. He hangs it up there again. Literally, I hit the same 2 forehands in a row to get back to deuce. I break him, and then I play one of the worst service games of my career. I lose my serve at 15. Right. And so it's like, it's not an instant thing that like, okay, I feel good. Okay. I feel bad. Okay. And then I managed to break him at 15. I kind of just kept like, okay, let's stay in it. You got him last time. Let's just stay with it. And I managed to take the momentum though from that break at 6-all. I managed to take that momentum into the tiebreaker because I could see he was at that point, he got a little frustrated. He was a little down a little bit because he had 2 match points. Then he was serving for it again, and he couldn't, he didn't get it over the finish line. So at that point, I had a little momentum and carried that into the breaker and won the breaker. But it's like,
yeah, there you go. There you go. So whatever Jeff was thinking there, where Eric's serving at 5-4, 40-15. That he could be as positive. Jeff could have been as positive as all get out, and that doesn't mean Eric Lato can't snap off an ace at that point.
Right, because the guy's listen. Eric is a a gold ball winner. The guy,
no. I mean, so my point is that you have to continue to believe, and that's all that you can do.
Yeah,
and if you stop that, I mean, how many times have you been down? Or seen a match where a guy's down, he's lost first set, he's down a break or 2 breaks, and you just think all is lost. And the next thing you know is your opponent over there all of a sudden comes up lame with some horrific injury. So I'm not saying that that's what you're thinking, like, okay, I believe I'm down a break. I mean, down a set, down 2 break. I know this guy's going to get injured, but it happens. So, and not that we want the guy to get hurt, but it happens, and so you just have to keep thinking positive.
Yeah, you got to stay in it, and again, I think one of the keys there is not to overplay what's happening. Like, okay, so now what this means is I have to hit, an ESPN winner. No, I got to make the guy touch the ball. I got to stay in this somehow.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about who's got the pressure, to me, the guy who's got the pressure is the guy who's got the match point or the guy who's got the set point.
He's feeling it.
I mean, both you could look at both sides of they've got the pressure. So be the guy who decides that, okay, I think I'm going to find a way. I trust I'll find a way. And I'm just going to be the guy who's willing to wait, willing to wait for that low risk offensive opportunity. Now that segues nicely into today's episode, Jeff.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, thank you. I'll have to come up with something for the segue. Anyway, but it's really about fitness. I mean, staying in the point long enough so that you create and earn that low risk offensive opportunity. If you're not in great shape and it's the end of the match, probably not going to happen. Your brain's going to probably tell you, dude, you better go big on this return because 3 or 4 shots into this point is not going to look good.
Yeah.
So court 9, BTC, George Mays with the return. And and we're just on scramble mode right here.
Yeah.
God, great lob by George.
Especially from that position.
Yeah. So
little flea flicker.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, I'm calling Cliff off because I just have a better angle.
Yeah, you got a better angle on it for sure.
And look, let's take this point. There's one thing I want guys to think about, that if you're telling your partner, hey man, you got to cover your half of the court. Really? I want my guy, if anything, right in the middle of the box over there, or maybe cheating a foot or so in front of the middle. And I'm just going, dude, any lob deep, I got it. Because if you tell a senior, a master's, 60-plus-year-old guy, 70-plus-year-old guy, you got to cover your half because I can't help you. Okie doke. Now
that'll be the last tournament we play together.
Now the guy might say, well, dude, then I'm going to look for another partner.
Right.
So if you're me, right, and I'm cross court from the ball, George is hitting this lob, I just know I've got a lot of territory I have to cover.
Yeah.
If I'm cross court from the ball, right, I got to cover obviously my half, but I also got to cover this one too as well. So, and I'm just calling them off. Here we go. And out through the gate, now down below on the let me get this out of the way. I don't know.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This continues. Okay.
The title of this is Just Keep Working.
Yeah.
Is just keep working, doing what you can. Tough to put an overhead away.
Yep. Now,
this is maybe an opportunity we had to move in, but we didn't. What's the right shot here, Jeff?
I think I personally think you got 2 choices. The guy is that George Mays, who was hitting the overheads?
The great big, the big spiker, George Mays.
Yeah. So he's already rattled off what, 6?
Something like that.
So he might be a little tired. So you could go lob over his head again, make him backpedal and do it again, or I just say an easy chip cross court and just kind of try to reset the point again.
Yeah. Or why not just go with the little dinker in front, plate
underneath him.
Plate it underneath and actually intentionally get a lead cord out of it. And I'm telling you, the big spiker handles it.
Yeah.
And look at this. It's look at the little flick, like, oh my God. And he just comes up and plays a little dropper and cliffs on it, plays it back. And George decides, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this crap.
Yeah.
And so I guess over here, right? I mean, he hadn't even hit the ball yet. And sure enough, I get a chance.
There you go. Look at that.
I get a chance and dang. So look, if you want to be a great doubles partner, you got to be able to do this. You got to be able to track down the lob and just decide, I'm not going to let it bounce twice. And then if you're the great George Mays, you've got to decide, I'm going to hit 2, 3, cuatro, cinco. And wow, there's 6 of them right there.
There was 6.
Yeah. So look at George. He's just going, man, this sucks. This just completely sucks.
I'm just going to walk back into the net now.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing shot he hits there.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing. Yeah. Okay. So the segue, well, you better be in shape. is right here. I mean, what are the 5 gotta haves? The general things we need to be a good player, to be a top player, is you got to minimize swing tech. You just can't get complicated. No one's ever done it to where they can be consistent. So you got to pare away what's not necessary, what's unneeded. And typically that's with the forehand.
Yep.
I would say.
Yep.
Tactical focus. Who's doing what to whom? Right? Can you probe? Can you discover? Can you figure out what that guy's really good at? What he really hopes you keep giving him, and decide that not going to happen. Not going to work. I'm not going to give it to you. And then just start looking secondarily. Well, what is it that maybe he's a little average at, a little mediocre?
Yeah.
And just start picking on that. And it could be a stroke. It could be a movement pattern. It could be that you're raising and lowering his strike zone. Doesn't like that. You're changing pace. Maybe the guy. I mean, how many times have you heard, Jeff? I really love it when I get a constant level of that same nice pace coming in. Well, come on, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, nice linear ball.
Yes,
just floating in there, just coming right into your hip line. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Well, there you go. I mean, if you're playing a teaching pro, the chances are you might get that because that's their job is to make you look good.
Yeah.
Mindset skills, kind of important. Experiences. You got to be playing a lot of sets practice-wise. And if you really want to become a great player, a top player, singles and or doubles, and you got to play a lot of events where the results are made public. League stuff, tournament stuff, maybe even that club event where they got a big board there in the clubhouse. And then the big thing here is tennis-specific fitness. If you're carrying around some extra baggage, you're not going to be able to track down the lobs. You're not going to be able to hit 6 overheads in a row.
No.
Maybe 1 point you can, but then you're cooked for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If not the rest of the match. So, look, guys, if you want some ideas on wherever your fitness level is right now, if you want to make it better, shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. We'll set up a free 15-minute StreamYard/Zoom session, and let me know where you're at, where you want to go. And I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I think might be helpful for you, whether it's specific types of exercises, maybe diet, maybe supplementation. I'll let you know what I do, and we'll kind of take it from there. Brent@webtennis.com. Jeffrey, any comments here? Rich has got it's one of the great things with the tennis scoring system. You always have a chance to come back. Yeah. It gets back to
there's just anything can happen, and it can flip, and momentum, a little blink in concentration. All of a sudden, for some reason, you broke him. You're serving for the first set at 5-3, and you step up to the line to serve, and all of a sudden you don't feel confident out of frickin' nowhere. And it's like, really? This is the way you're gonna feel now? It's like, holy moly! Like, where did this come from, right? But we've all been there. We've all stood there and went, how is this possible that I've been in good control of this match, a solid break. I can see that and I'm stepping up to the line going,
please, just give me the rest, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe you could just miss 4 shots in a row for me.
Right.
It's weird, but that's where the match play and the experience, and corralling your mind and stepping off the line and going, wait a second here. We're going to make this guy touch the ball. We're going to make him haul the freight and get in there and get dirty. You're going to get some grass stains on your knees. You're going to get some elbow scrapes. You're going to, and that just takes time to build that kind of mindset to get it, I mean, it just.
The first gold ball I won in singles was 25 years later, after I won my first gold ball in doubles. I'm one of those 25-year gap guys, right?
Well, hopefully I don't have to wait 25 before I get my first singles one. It's going to be in the 95s.
Okay. Anyway, I was playing the great Hugh Thompson, legendary senior guy, and we're in the finals, and I'm playing well. God dang it! I won the first set 6-4. Now I'm just broke him at 4-all, and now I'm serving at 5-4 for the match. And I get up, I don't know, must have been 4 or 5 match points that add in. And I'm just going, come on, come on. And so my brain's telling me, we got to go big. We got to go big. And I kept missing the first serve, and a couple of times I double faulted, and other times I just threw it in, a sitter. And finally, after blowing a bunch of them, and I think I saved a couple of break points.
Right.
God dang.
Getting hot in here.
I finally got fed up. I just said, I finally got another match point. I said, God damn, just throw in a second serve for the first serve and just come on in.
Yeah.
So I throw it in, and the guy he returns. I got a forehand volley. I go to the open court. Not a great volley.
Yeah.
Just over there, lands middle of the box over there, and he goes over there and hits his forehand up the line halfway into the net. Like it's the most anticlimactic thing, and I'm kind of going, oh, geez, really?
Right.
I don't have to do something unbelievably spectacular to win this thing.
Yeah. And of course, the other immediate thought is, get me the heck out of here. We're done, right? Get me out of here.
Yeah. I just think our perception at that point is on either side. We just feel like I got to do more than what got me here. And like you just described, you're up 5-3 in the first set. You're now serving for it. To me, it's that between points routine. If you've been disciplined doing it the entire first 9 games of the match, and I do it in the warm-up, 5 minutes in the warm-up too anyway, just to make sure that I'm not being distracted and I'm really getting locked in. If you've been doing it between points and on side changes for those first 9 games, or the first 8 games, I should say, 5-3, you're more likely to keep doing that when you're serving it out, and keep those crazy thoughts out of there.
Yeah. And again, there's just no predicting. Matches are matches. I mean, Eric and I in the semis. I think you might have watched some of that match, the semis this year at the Wilson, right? And we both came out. I came out a little pressing a little bit, trying to do a little too much. She was a little nervous, couldn't settle in. They were a good team. When we go down 4-love first set, and we're kind of looking at each other, going, "Really? This is the way this is going to go?" And then we settled, and we hadn't even done a changeover yet. And then we win that game, and so we rattle off 6 straight games, 6-4, and then again we kind of lost our way a little bit, lose the next 3 games, so now we're down 3-love in the second set, and then rattle off 6 games. And the guy double faulted at 30-all. He's serving at 3-5 at 30-all, and he double faults twice.
Thank you very much. Right.
And I watched his second serve go wide by a healthy amount, a solid 6-7 inches. And I'm looking at that, and Erica turns around, and I just looked at her and go, "Get me the hell out of here. I need to put this in the past and get, we're done with this match. It's over. We're out. I don't even want to assess it."
No, don't want to give him one more shot here at it.
No, just get me out of here, And the guy, we shake hands. It was a good, fair and match and all that. Everybody was respectful and all that. And we shake hands, and the guy's looking at me going, "What the hell happened?
Yeah, right.
We were up 4-love. We were up 3-love." Right, I go, "Dude, I got nothing, man.
Right.
I'm out."
Guys, that's the way it goes sometimes. So, all right. Well, listen, let you guys go. Thanks for hanging out with us again today. And again, hope you're having that you got a great schedule for some tennis and some gym time this weekend. Any comments? Any comments? Any questions, remarks, feedback down below in the comments area? Let me know. Love to read that and respond to it. And then if you want to keep the conversation private, you can do that. Email Brent@webtennis.com. or Jeff's over at jeff@jacklets365.com. We're going to ask Jeff too tomorrow, maybe, back up in front of a razor there too, just to,
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. It's starting to get itchy. So I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, this
about
morning
time.
I'm starting to touch it a lot. Okay, that means it's time to get rid of it.
I got it. All right, guys. Time for us all to get out there. We got to help someone else have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.